Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. If you're new, I hope you'll consider hitting that subscribe button. I'd love it if you could join the family. And let's get on with the cooking. For Taco Tuesday, I'm making beef tostadas. You're first going to ground 1 pound of ground beef. Then I'm going to take an onion, cut it in half, chop it, and throw it in my chopper along with about 5 stems of cilantro. Just pluck off the leaves and throw it in and chop it. And then I'm going to cut 2 Roma tomatoes. If you have a chopper, you can also throw in the tomatoes, but I wanted them to be a little bit thicker. Now I'm going to throw a can of black beans in a saucepan, and I didn't show this, but I did drain the fat from the ground beef, and I'm going to add a packet of taco seasoning and then the other half of the onion that I sliced. Now I'm just throwing the tomatoes in with the onion and cilantro mixture, and it looked a little dry, so I threw in some olive oil and mixed it up a little bit more. Now you're going to take your tortillas and throw them on a sheet pan. And then I'm putting a little bit of olive oil and smearing it around. And then you're going to throw them in the broiler. My black beans are done, so I'm going to throw in a couple of cilantro leaves and 1 tablespoon of chili powder, and then mash up the beans. The tortillas have been in there about 5 to 10 minutes, so I'm going to take my mashed beans and spread them on the tortillas, and then I'm going to add the beef and onions. Now I'm throwing the tostadas in the oven. I'm going to broil for about 10 minutes. For the rice side, I'm using this Nor Fiesta side. What I like to do for this, and I've made this a lot of times, and I think the easiest way to do it is to throw the rice into the pan and then fill it with water, and then I'm adding 1 tablespoon of butter. Then once the tostadas are done, you're going to take your salsa mixture and top, and then also top with some cheese. tonight's dinner, I'm making chicken teriyaki, and to do that, I'm going to preheat my oven at 450 degrees. Then I'm going to wash and trim my green beans. Once they're trimmed, I'm going to add some olive oil, salt, and pepper and throw them in the oven. Now I'm cutting up about half a cup of green onions and 4 cloves of garlic. You want to throw a little olive oil in a pan and then add your chicken. I'm using chicken tenderloins that have been cut into strips. And then while that is browning, I'm going to make my teriyaki mixture. To do that, you're going to add 6 teaspoons of soy sauce, a half a cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 6 teaspoons of white wine vinegar, and then you're going to mix that up. I'm also going to boil 2 cups of water, and once it's boiled, I'm going to add 2 cups of minute rice. Once the chicken is brown, I'm going to remove it and then throw in the pan some olive oil, my green onions and garlic mixture. And once they've been brown, then I'm going to add my teriyaki sauce. And then I'm going to add the chicken back to the pan. Now my green beans are done. This is exactly how I like them. I like them really well. And I'm going to add a little bit of sesame seed oil to them and just toss them around in it so they're all evenly coated. For tonight's dinner, I'm making a lemon basil shrimp pasta, and the first thing I'm going to do is take 1 can of diced tomatoes. This can has basil and some other ingredients, but you can also use fresh tomatoes or plain diced tomatoes. Then I'm going to take 4 tablespoons of white wine vinegar and mix it in the bowl and just let it sit. And now I'm cutting up about 4 cloves of garlic and then zesting 1 lemon. You need about 1 tablespoon of lemon zest. For this recipe, I'm using frozen shrimp. You can also use fresh shrimp if you have any, but I'm gonna just throw them in a pan, and then I'm also frying up 2 tablespoons of butter Once it's melted, you're going to add about 1 teaspoon of basil and then the juice from 1 lemon. Now I've drained the water from the frozen shrimp, and I'm going to add my garlic and lemon zest to the shrimp. And then also my lemon butter sauce. I've also boiled some water, and I'm going to add a package of shell pasta. You can use pretty much any kind of pasta you'd like. And now I am cutting up 2 avocados. Draining the vinegar from my tomatoes and then adding the avocados to the tomatoes. Now my pasta is done, so I'm just going to strain it and then add it to a bowl. Then top with my avocado and tomatoes. And then with the shrimp and butter sauce. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.